This is Rally Championship on the Sony PS1. This game I picked up a few years ago in Scarborough again from a charity shop for the grand price of £1.50. There you go. I've only played this game once on the PC just over 10 years ago. Let's try time trial. Mitsubishi, that's the one. Is there an Evo? No. Let's go for the Hyundai. No, forward.
Welcome to the Vauxhall Rally of Wales.
Yeah, let's do Wales. Yeah, as I was saying, this game came out on the PC and the PS1, and I played the PC game, and quite enjoyed that. A friend of mine had it, and I played it for about 10 minutes or so, and I was quite impressed. The game is quite realistic in being a rally game, so it's not like Sega Rally or that kind of game.
3, 2, 1, go!
Right then, how do we change? Nope. How do we change views? Oh, it's the select. That's better. This game is quite difficult to play. It's quite unforgiving in its handling. Oh no, I'm not very good. There was a follow-up game to this on the PC which looked fairly similar. I think it came out a year or two later, and I remember there being a couple of games before this on I think it was the same series, or it was a similar series to this. It was the Network Q rally game, and there was one on the PC about the same time as Doom. Pay attention. About the same time as Doom came out, so that was a DOS game, and there was one on the Atari ST a few years before that. This game really is unforgiving. As you can see, I've not played this for 10 years, and it's quite difficult trying to do this without knowing the track from memory. What happens if I go that way? Ah! There's a weird effect on, I think maybe even all of the PS1 games, that when anything comes towards the bottom of the screen it seems to warp, and this game seems to be doing it quite badly. I like the effect of the light shining through the trees though, that's good. I remember this game feeling a lot like a real rally, at least the ones that I've seen in the UK. The atmosphere is great, and this game even now seems to hold that a lot better than some of the more recent rally games, which tend to be more rally sport or race oriented with other cars, rather than it being almost a solitary experience, and you occasionally see a slower driver ahead. Helps if I drive on the road and not the grass. What are the views? Oh, no. Lucky. I don't like that. Go for. I don't like this view. The camera seems to be indecisive about whether it's viewing the side of the car or back of the car. No, don't like that. Now, go to the proper view. This was my favourite view in Sega Rally, and I've stuck to it more or less even ever since. I can't remember if the PC version of this game supports 3D acceleration. I suspect it probably does, given the age of the game. I think this version you might not be able to see, but there's a lot of dithering and it's quite low resolution. Helps if I pay attention. How do you go back? Ah, it's the finish. Yeah, as I was saying, the PS1 version of the game is a little bit low resolution. Put your teeth in. And I think the PC version, if you played it on a more modern machine, might give you that little bit of a bump in resolution, so a bit more detail. As I said in the virtual racing review, it's the magic square in the middle of the screen that you need to focus on in a racing game, so more pixels the better. Take a swig of coffee. What are the rallies? Not available.
Welcome to the Vauxhall Rally.
Why can't I do any more?
Welcome to the Vauxhall Rally of Wales. The first round of the championship takes.
Let's try Peugeot.
Welcome to the Vauxhall Rally of Wales. The first round of the champ.
I want to try a different rally. Nope.
Welcome to the Vauxhall Rally of Wales.
Alright, let's just try a different stage. This PS1's a bit glitchy. It's probably mobile phones. Oh, other things. I heard that virtual racing interferes with virtual racing on the Mega Drive with the SVP interferes with mobile phones, but I'm not sure if that's true or not.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ah, this is a bit different. But my driving isn't. I think this is a two-wheel drive, so it handles a bit different. Different view. The view button is the select button, and it's on the left of the controller, so you have to take your thumb off the steering pad. There we go. Which is not a great design. As your right trigger is reverse, you think there'd be one for the other view, but maybe you can set that up. This car's really sliding. I am enjoying this. The handling model's really quite unforgiving, but is fun in a quite realistic way. In the in-car view, or the bumper view, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to judge where it's sometimes a little bit difficult to judge where the edges of your car are. So I think I'll have to try this view for a bit. I'm not doing too good on this track, I don't think. Fortunately, it's only a time trial. I like the effect of the ice on the car. It makes you slide quite a lot, but the snow tends to cushion your slide. This car's getting a bit intimate with the trees. Nope, fouled that up again. Is this the road? Looks like it. Patch of snow. Not bad for a £1.50. I'm not sure if this series had any more games other than the direct sequel to this. There have been, I think it was about 4 games on the PS2 for the World Rally Championship series, and there've been a couple of games on the Xbox 360 in the last few years, but I don't know if they're from the same developer. They're a little bit more arcadey, but still they are, I suppose, pure rallying games, and I have enjoyed them. But the two on the 360, I've played demos of them, and they didn't quite feel as polished as the newer Colin McRae games. I think this is something that seems to happen on rallying games, that the realistic ones never seem very polished when they come out. They tend to be a bit raw, but it's the handling that counts, not the graphics, so I'll have to give them a try. There used to be a very good rallying game on the Xbox, the original on the original Xbox, and it was called Eurosport or Euro Rally, something like that. It was a launch game for the European release of the game, of the console, and that really did look very nice. A little bit arcadey, but it was certainly a good showcase for the console, and I think it came out about 6 months before Colin McRae 3 came out, so the Xbox had quite a few good games, rallying games during that period. I'll pay attention to the driving for a little bit, see if I can redeem myself. I haven't figured out the handbrake on this. Oh, it's that button. Hairpin right. The frame rate's very good for the detail on the game, and the draw distance is good as well. Although I think the twisty nature of the track and all the trees does help disguise that. Right, that's it. Hopefully you've had a good idea of how the game plays and see how the game looks and feels, and how bad my driving is for the first time on this game. Definitely recommended for me. So thanks for watching.